children are being cared for by whom?
Well, that's getting off
And,
the subject,
I mean, I know, but it's just like, so everything is interrelated, as Steve said.
But the rules have changed tremendously. Steve, maybe, you know, when, I think it was the 70s or the 80s that these laws actually became on the books. I mean, to a lot of men, they didn't even hear about this or whatever. And how did this come to be? It seems like it just went from being, being able to be converse and flirt and things like that, and seemingly overnight. I mean, I've done a few shows in my time on national TV and things like that, and this was a constant thing, sexual harassment. There was a woman, she hated men so much, she was a feminist, I think her name was Laura X. She didn't want the name of her father because she hated men so much. And what she did was on a Donahue show, and she took a camera around Midtown Manhattan, video camera, and she would go up to men supposedly oogling her, and she claimed that was sexual harassment. And
But it's actually nature, isn't it? I mean, don't we look at pretty things? Don't we look at things that attract us?
Obviously, but but women are sex objects. Well, if you have the clothing, the hair, the makeup, whatever, to entice a man, to be attracted to a man. I mean, men are only human.
Well, maybe she was a shaker, and the shakers are dead because they didn't make any more shakers. And I think, you have to have flirtation in order to have sexual attraction, and flirtation is an art form that has died in this country. We don't even have any clue how to flirt. I mean, I'm probably the world's largest flirt, and I love it. I enjoy it. I like to meet that back. Yeah. But people
it sounds to me like you do a lot of verbal flirting.
Absolutely, only verbal.
Which is always very enjoyable.
Right.
I tell you, I do some teaching, and especially in the summertime when I teach a summer session, the ladies will sit there invariably with very flimsy blouses on, short skirts, and I understand it's warm. But I can tell you, where do the dress codes go?
Absolutely.
Because you really need them.
I agree. I completely agree, because I dress very, very conservatively, and I do flirt verbally, and I use my brain. I don't need to use my body to do that. And I agree with you. I think it's disgusting.
Yeah, but also, I don't think a woman should be harassed or should be attacked because of the way she dresses.
You don't think so? I do.
Not to
If a woman dresses like a whore, she should be treated like a whore.
Not that on the job. Most times on the job, it's a very attractive dressing, and somebody looks on, and so maybe the skirt's a little bit too short, or maybe she's showing too much. But that doesn't say I should put my hand inside.
Well, nobody's saying you should put your hand inside, but if you're wearing your breast out and a man looks at them,
that's totally off. That's different.
But I'm saying all the time.
But I'm saying no. Some men, even when you're conservative, but the name is showing, they still think it's an opportunity.
There's a difference between this and that.
Exactly.
You're right.
And that's when I'm intimidated, because then you're in my face. You're all. If you look, that's okay. Fine. You look
just a goon, though. I mean, you should just tell me to go.
But then people take it very personally.
It's sometimes very, very difficult to maintain a professional relationship, and I think the teacher-student relationship has to be as professional as possible. But the same thing in the workplace.
Yeah.
How do you maintain a professional demeanor, shall we say, when you're confronted with and working with someone that you're very attracted to? It's pretty darn difficult.
Also, men's fashions do not allow men to be provocative as much as women's fashions allow women. I mean,
women, we have,
it's very
a whole lot to be attracted to.
Tank tops for guys, but generally you don't see guys who aren't Mr. Diesel out there in a tank top. Most men dress in shirts, whereas women have this wide variety of see-through and glitter and sleeveless.
But not even that, just the woman's shape alone, we're just there. There's everything in a woman for you to see. You don't have to even see her flimsy or anything.
Well, you can dress modestly.
You have personality. I speak and you're attracted to my voice, the way I walk, just
your
the way
posture,
I carry myself,
the way you smell.
just the way I am.
And your face, and usually your face, except in Paula's case, because we've talked about this before, with a little makeup.
You see, but again, I think makeup is part of the whole big lie. I think all of it's the big lie. I mean, in nature, it's the male that's supposed to get the woman. In America, women will chase the guy until he catches her, whereas it's supposed to be the men chasing us. We're supposed to say, you guys are supposed to be showing me how fancy you are.
I know, but
are you saying I need makeup? We're going to have big problems.
No. But the media tells you, women, buy this lipstick, buy this eyeshadow, and stuff like that. They also tell you that I need bigger breasts because my brains aren't good enough. But that's absurd. And young girls today, at 17, they want breasts for their graduation. And that's a real sad thing, isn't it? It is sad.
I don't see boys saying I need a penis extension.
I think it's a human thing, because I think I was about maybe 12, 9, 10, and I just figured out why aren't they growing as much as other people?
Yeah, but some girls at 9, 10, 12 have
Exactly. And I think it was just a human thing that I didn't say to anybody, but in my heart, I'm like, something's wrong. Mine's not growing as fast as other people.
So you want, yeah, well, of course.
But then after you grow and mature, you figure that it's not all about my breast. It's about me getting an education. It's about me handling my business. It's about me maturing and able to handle myself.
Yeah, but I've never had a man not look me in the eye, and that's sad. You know.
Well, you know, we have these. Tony in his group, the Men's Action Network, has his workplace sexual harassment waiver.
Oh dear.
And we've talked about this a few times, but never with ladies on the show, I don't think. And we have the forms of sexual harassment that should be waived. I mean, this was done tongue-in-cheek. But some of the things on here is, the first one is staring, massaging shoulders, kiss cheek greetings, sexual gestures.
Oh, this is interesting. Well, I
is
stare, absolutely.
Eye to chest contact.
Massaging
Elevator eyes. If they look at you in an elevator, some people have been accused of sexual harassment. Provocative pictures, accidental touching, patronizing tones, leering or oogling. Whistling or cat calls, standing too close, arm around waist, friendly pat or squeeze, compliments of attire, compliments of fitness, comments on looks, sex-suggestive remarks, being asked for dates, we talked about that already, severing relationships, I'm sorry, or all of the above. Paul, I think it's all of the above for you.
No.
I'll
tell you what I want.
That's all of you.
No sexual gestures. I'm like, no, I don't do any of that stuff. I don't do provocative pictures. That would be patronizing, never. Leering or ogling, no thank you. I don't whistle. I don't know how. I have buck teeth. I don't stand too close. And I never make sex-suggestive remarks unless I'm like having a relationship with you.
Now, Patricia, on the other hand, is a lady, and not that you're not a lady. Not that you're not a lady, but she's
You are totally intimidated by a woman with an opinion. I just can't
a different kind of lady.
A different kind of lady. My legs are crossed, and she has her legs wide open. What kind of lady
I
am
can't see behind here.
Okay, so go ahead. The lady, as
Patricia, how do
opposed
you
to the
relate to
man.
this as far as what you would do to a man or vice versa? What would upset you, and what would you feel?
The pen.
It's like taking a test.
Well, I think that every woman likes to look at a handsome face.
Okay. So which one of these don't you do?
So staring, you could rule that out.
I would stare, not for long.
Okay.
But I would stare. Massaging shoulders, no. Kiss on the cheek, no. Unless it's a
Massaging
good
shoulders,
friend.
what if you know him?
No, if he asks.
That's where you got into trouble. You massaged his head.
I went over and I tapped his
Uh-oh, Steve, I think you should file charges with
If it's okay, because, I had a friend once, and I was just feeling tight in my shoulders, real tight. And he came around and he said, you want me to? I said, go ahead. That's okay. I asked for it, it's okay. I know my limits, he knows his limits. That's okay. Kiss on the cheek as a greeting.
That's just so commonplace. It was in the New York Times last week that everyone's doing that.
Sexual gestures, no.
Yeah, well, that's a
Eye to
talk
chest
show.
contact, no.
We got to kiss later.
Elevator eyes, yes and no. Not for long either. Sexual comment jokes, no. Sexist remarks, provocative, definitely no.
Right.
Accidental touching, I don't get this one.
Well, that means if he accidentally bumps into your butt.
Yeah, and it's an accident.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That can happen. That can happen, right?
Yeah, it
Especially when you're dealing with a lady.
it happens. Even if I think that it was done intentionally, but then I'm going to pass.
Right, but the thing is, I
okay.
think everything she's saying is that she has the ability to say, I don't like this.
Exactly.
Please
Stop. Yeah.
Which we all have, as opposed to our society, which is so puritanical. Of course, in this country, we have men raping little children. We have women raping little men. We have people having sex with nuns, and we're all so normal here. We have pornography up the wazoo, whereas in other countries where touching is okay, I don't see people raping children. So,
well, it's a perverted society today, Steve.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. The title of this thing right at the top, the viewers can't see it. It says forms of sexual harassment.
Right.
Waived. It doesn't say forms of flirting.
So
waived.
this was done, I think, by Tony, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not going to bother him now because he has his other duties, that I think he meant by this a little tongue-in-cheek as far
Well,
as
I think
as a
what he
waiver,
did
as a
is
waiver.
research.
Yes,
I think
as a waiver.
what he told me was he did his research. These are all actual complaints that have come out of these kinds of
yes,
situations.
Yeah, I believe
That's
so.
where- yeah, of course,
Which
that's
of
where it's
these
come.
would you say as your job?
For me,